Devin Haney is suing his ex.
No matter how much money you got, $300K is a lot of bread.
She took this guy's money and she used it to accept calls from another dude. That's just ridiculous.
Be clear in your intentions, sir, because you can't buy love and then sue when it don't go your way.
Yes, you can. If I purchase a service and there's contractual reasons for me to take that motherfucker to court, then yeah, I can sue. Devin Haney is suing his ex, I believe, for like $350K for gifts that he said, hey, listen, man, I bought it for her with the intent of marriage. And once the intent of marriage dissolved, I deserve these gifts back, right? In part because, come to find out with those jail leak calls from Young Thug, he found out that Shorty was fucking with Young Thug, right? Like, damn, like publicly, right? Which, ooh, that's a big no-no, right? So anyway, so now he's heartbroken or whatever, the relationship is over. Is he foul for saying, hey, man, I bought you these things with the intent of making you my wife. Now that it clearly you weren't operating this way, give me my shit back. You know what I'm saying? Is he an Indian giver? Is it sour grapes? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think it's just the operational loss. I mean, in most cases, you can't even, go back for gifts. I mean, if you tried to go to court, unless something's changed, it may be different where they live. If it's a gift, the judge is just going to say, hey, it was a gift, man. You know, that you're just going to have to eat that. So I get it. It was a lot of money. Probably shouldn't have led with that. Probably should have saved the $300K for after the wedding. But that's me. I'm cheap like that. But I think he's just gonna have to eat it, man. I mean, it's kind of giving sour grapes. I would be mad too. No matter how much money you got, $300K is $300K. It's a lot of bread. And I would want it back too. You got to ask. She may feel bad for him and say, you know what, man, I did you dirty. Here's your stuff back. He may luck out. Women usually tend to not do that. Mild sexism there, but you got to ask. But I think he's going to have to eat it.
He might have to eat it.
No pause.
Yeah, big pause.
I was like, it's a woman, so.
Remember, we are trying to expand the use of the word, right? So it's not just in the reference, right? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. So
that's what the fun is. We got to expand it.
So he may have to. I know you think he should have to suffer this. I don't think he should have to suffer it. I think that he has recourse. I think that he has a reason to try to be made whole. I think because I think about the times when women, on one hand, I hear people on our own beloved pod saying things about like double standard. And then sometimes I hear those people say things like soft sexism. So I don't know. You can call it what you want to call it. But I do think that I've seen women try to sue men for like the money they put into the wedding arrangements, right? The money that was down, they paid it on the wedding planners, they paid on caterers or whatever. And when they found out the dude was doing something and that the wedding couldn't go forward, they wanted to be, they wanted to have their funds recuperated, right? They wanted to have their investment returned. So I don't know what their arrangement was between Devin Haney and this young lady, but I suspect that it included some level of discretion, right? That did not allow him to look like he was sipping out here for the world to see on the internet, right? And so now, here's my thing. It's not so much that she was, it is, yes, that she was with Young Thug, but that's whatever, neither here nor there. It's that she was on the phone with this ninja while he was in jail. That means, dude, she took this guy's money, and she used it to collect calls from another dude.
Diabolical.
Besides giving him the poo. That's just ridiculous. That is utterly disrespectful. Yes, that's not right. That's why he wants his money back, and he's right. Because he didn't invest in that. He didn't pay for that. He don't want it, and he wants to give that back and take back what he gave her. It was an uneven exchange. It was a breach of contract, unless they was cool like that. But she needs some receipts to say that, because right now, apparently, all the vibes he's giving is it was not okay. And I'm agreeing with you, bro. It's not okay. Go ahead. Listen to
So it's actually interesting that you talk about the wedding planner and the wedding venue and all that good stuff, because the key words was wedding and planned. In this case, we don't even know if she was truly his ex-fiance, or if the wedding was in the works. And here's why I'm saying this, because he didn't say, I need my wedding or my engagement ring back. I can see him getting the engagement ring back, because that actually is a breach of contract. That is, and your intentions was to wed. And so therefore, since I did not wed you, give me my ring back. I support that. But the other stuff were just gifts. And if it was an investment towards marriage, right? And towards that, then did he explicitly state this? Did he indicate that I'm giving this to you because you're an investment strategy for me and I'm investing in our relationship? Or did he give it because he loved and liked her and whatnot and wanted to make her happy? So there's a difference between gift giving and then intention gift giving, i.e., this is for this purposes, which is like I said, with the engagement ring. For that purpose, yes, he should get that shit back if it's an engagement ring. Everything else, he got to eat that shit. That's the cost to be in that relationship with her. He knew what type of woman she was probably, and he still stayed in that relationship. Now, she was dead ass wrong for, let me try not to curse as much. I did a lot of cursing in the last episode. But anyway, she was dead ass wrong for playing in his face, instead of them collect calls, especially from somebody in jail, like you get in prison. Okay, let me not go there either. Let me be nice. So anyways, with that being said, his feelings was basically hurt because she was playing in his face. So he said, well, you know what? I'm going to sue this bitch because my feelings hurt. And this nigga in jail and she's still calling him and he's collecting calls and all that good stuff. So nah, I think that he got to eat this. It's the cost that he paid for this relationship. And if the gifts were an investment strategy, then he need to stop calling them gifts. He need to be like, hey, this is an investment strategy. I'm investing in our relationship. Be clear in your intentions, sir, because you can't buy love and then sue when it don't go your way. My personal opinion, though, go ahead and give that shit back. Don't let this nigga be crying like this because you hurt his feelings and you was dead ass wrong for that shit.
SNM, you was right. First of all, I'm like, damn. Now I know how you felt the last segment because I went first. You're like, this nigga took all the good shit, but I gotta find a way. And then you go just repaying me back until the very end when you said you can't buy love and then try to sue all the. Yes, you can. You know what I'm saying? If I purchase a service and there's contractual reasons for me to take that motherfucker to court, then yeah, I can sue. Right now, and I think that's the court of love that he's coming from, right? What he is saying is that you defrauded me. Right? When I was operating by buying you these things, I was operating with you as my fiance. And because of that, that opened you up to a whole different level. We talked about it last week about Michael Porter Jr., where he was just paying the rent. This guy said, hey, I'm finna open up my whole situation to you because at the point of saying I do or I will or yes, there's an expectation at that point, right? Now we are trying to merge our lives together, right? So if that means that, hey, I did things for you like furniture, for example, or, put you in positions. Now, listen, I'm not going through all the list of the things that he listed in this 350,000, but if he can credibly say, hey, these are the things that I bought with the expectation that this woman was going to be my wife and, cool, right? And there may possibly be a case there, but S&M is absolutely right? Like it's no different than when the chick from like several seasons back, she's like, oh my God, I gave this guy my best years. And I think, okay, can you put a dollar value on it for real? Like, but that wasn't the point. But the point is that I agree with S&M on this one. Unfortunately, he's going to have to, eat it, pause if necessary. But again, it would depend on if he can make a plausible case that, hey, that's what it is. So I'm giving him a little bit of hope. But I want to also go to something that Jay said. It was Young Thug, right? And we act like who you cheat with doesn't matter. It does. It does matter. Who you cheat with does matter, right? Like sometimes you can look at the motherfucker and be like, yep, you know what? You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's because of guilt or whatever, or you can look at a motherfucker like, for real? And it just completely fuck you up because that's not the person that you thought she was. And at the crux of this, I think that's what he's really suing. It's almost like the other story I talked about for fraud. He's really suing her for fraud, for real, right? And I don't know if he could really like say it like that, right? But that's really what he should be suing her for, right? Because I think he probably has a better case there. You know what I'm saying? Because Your Honor, she misrepresented herself while she's on the phone with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm with you, SNL. But yeah, man, stay strong. And Devin Haney, by the way, has a history of suing people. He sued Ryan Garcia, I think, right? So apparently he's comfortable in that court. You know what I mean? Hopefully he gets the situation squared away and makes better choices with women that he chooses to be with. I don't know how you missed this one, but hey, man, to each his own. Thoughts and prayers.